with your host, Daniel Bryan. We have another episode of the Athlete and Me series. This is a support from all of my viewers. So without further ado, we'll be bringing a special guest, a friend, my teammate, Christian Rorie, who is currently at Duke University. He's a defensive lineman on their football team, number 99. So without further ado, let's bring him on to the call. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. You know, I had to get you on the call. I had, like I said, we go far back, the Enloe football and everything that you poured into me and taught me. I had to get you on the call now.
Already.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into some of these questions that I have. So first, I want to obviously we all know that you play football and you're really successful at it. But now I want you to just go back to the beginning stages of your football career and just explain, what made you start to get, have a love for the game of football.
I feel like having a love for the football or for the game of football was never really an issue for me. You know what I'm saying? It really started off as a kid when because I'm a country kid, born in Albemarle, North Carolina, raised in Raleigh. So, it's not really a lot to do out in the country. So we just gonna play football out in the street. So I remember just playing out in backyards in the street with my cousins and everything. And I feel like that just built like a competitive nature out of me. And just from there on, I just knew that that's something that I was passionate about and something I really wanted to do for the rest of my life, or do for a majority of my life.
That's great. That's amazing. Like I said, with everything that we do, there's always been that beginning point, right? Somewhere that we have to start. We fall in love with what we want to do, right? That was your beginning stages of football, and I'm glad that you shared that. I know a lot of people, they sympathize with that, especially, students now, having to think back, how did I start? I remember me starting out, I started with flag football, then I moved to tackle football. And it's just always, reminiscing or that nostalgia of just remembering how you started off. Just remember that first hit. Remembering, first time you put your hand in the dirt in the 3-point stance.
First time you get laid out.
Yep, that's another big thing. First time you got laid out. So yeah, all those memories just start to run through your head, and you just start to remember, like, wow, this is the reason why I started playing sports. And that's the reason why I like starting this series, because we get to do things like that, just reminisce and have that nostalgia. So now I want to get into my next question, and that's to talk about your football career at Enloe, right? So I was there for majority of those years, and we know how Enloe was, and then what it became with our coaching staff. So I just want you to just explain, how you were in the midst of a culture change at Enloe, and how was the football program there while you were there?
So just like how I felt about it, or just like how I saw it, or how I contributed?
Yeah, a little bit of both. How you felt about it, and then how you contribute to, that change of culture.
Okay. So it definitely was. Oh, that's a really good question, my man. Yeah, I just remember a lot of change when Coach Block came in, and I was a little nervous at first because we just lost our entire coaching staff, and I was going into my junior year, which is a very important year for a recruit. So when he came in, I was a little bit nervous. He did change a lot of things, which was also really nervous. It was just throwing me off because it's wow, man, I'm about to run out of time. This is just a lot of things changing, but you have to invest in things for you to be able to get things out of it. So me, along with the other guys, just decided to invest into what Coach Block was bringing into the program and what he wanted to change about the program. And eventually it just ended up working. The first year, the junior year, we went 4-7, I believe. And then the next year we went 8-4. So it was a lot of hard days, a lot of long nights, a lot of hard decisions that had to be made. But we still made them, and I don't regret them. You know what I'm saying? We had fun all the way, learned a lot of life lessons through it. I feel like one of the best things I learned from it was just mental toughness, and that you definitely have more to give than what you think you have to give. And there was so many times where I thought that I was done. I thought that I was like, man, I just can't go no more. And then Coach Block get in my ear, one of the coaches get in my ear, and I'm like, yeah, I can give more from the team. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like that was one of the best things I learned from it.
Man, if anybody was on that team, any of those years when Coach Block started his reign with the coaching staff, any of those players know that mental toughness was at the top of everything that he wanted out of his players. And everything started with your mentality and how did you go into the weight room? How did you attack the field when those practice counts? How did you attack those small things? How did you attack film? Did you go in there with the mindset to learn, become a better player? And like I said, we had a great coaching staff, like I said, that was able to pour into us, teach us, and really and Coach Block, I'm gonna have Coach Block next week on my podcast, and he's gonna speak a little bit about how his focus was to, he didn't just train our physical body, but he trained our mental. And a lot of coaches don't do that, especially at the high school level. They don't train the mental side. And that's where it starts, especially when you're trying to do a culture change. You're trying to change a mentality of losing and the football team in Enlo's not good. You're trying to change that. It starts up here. And that's how we really started to change. And you could even see in all the players that we just started walking around different, going into the locker room different. And it was just, all the players at Enlo know how that went. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the next question. So my next question is, speaking about the coaching staff, like I said, and I'm gonna try to name them all. I don't want to leave any of the coaches out, but we know, of course, Coach Block, Coach Kennedy, Coach Brown, Coach Lewis, all those Coach McKenzie, all that whole coaching staff that we've had over those years. Just explain what they meant to you personally and how they helped you develop.
All of them played a huge part in my development, and I'm very grateful looking back at all the experiences that I've had with my coaches. And I've learned a lot over the years. I've grown a lot over the years. So the man that I am now definitely wasn't the man that I was then. And I was a little bit rebellious at times. Well, not even rebellious, but I just didn't see the plan that they had in action sometimes, and especially Coach Block. Because Coach Block, he gonna come at you. He gonna come at your heart. He gonna come at your soul sometimes. But it's always to make you a better person. It's never to diminish you as a man, but to teach you, And at first I didn't realize that. But I started to learn, I started to see, and I started to be able to learn and take those lessons. So I appreciate Coach Block for that. And he was definitely somewhat of a mentor to me, him, appreciate him. Coach McKenzie. We all know about Coach McKenzie, man. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But
we know.
Yeah, we all know, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all love, I'm appreciative of my experience with Coach McKenzie all the same as I am with Coach Block, because Coach McKenzie made me realize, I feel like he was trying to harshen the reality, harshen the high school reality, because that was going to be my reality in college. And I feel as if that experience helped me just a little bit when I got to college, because I was like, oh, okay, so this is a little bit of why he was acting like that, or why he was on me like this, and why he was never letting up, and why he kept asking for more, And I think that one of the biggest things was, out of the coaches that I appreciate, is that they were never satisfied. There was always wanting more. There was always, you can do more. And I'm like, man, I don't got nothing to give. But retrospectively, definitely looking back, I wish I could thank them all again, because you don't know how much you got until you pass out. I don't know what to tell you. You just got to keep going for you to know your full potential. And I wouldn't have realized some of my potential without them pushing me. So I'm grateful for all of it. I'm grateful for all the bear crawls. I'm grateful for all the times we ran up the hill. I'm grateful for all the times we woke up in the morning seeing military homes running around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like in the moment, of course, I was not grateful. I was mad, you know. But the man I am now is definitely appreciative of those experiences.
And definitely, like even me not playing at the college level, decided not to play when I had the opportunity, but decided not to. I even look back and how it just grew me as a man. And then I can see how even with me owning my own business, how I attack every single day to try to grow my business. I take all the things that, everything that Coach Block, Coach Kennedy, Coach Brown, all of them, Coach McKenzie, I took it all. Everything that they poured into me, mentally, of trying to have that mental, stamina, just for life, period. And some of the things is when I was in the moment, I didn't love the 110s. I didn't love the gassers. I didn't love the up downs. Nasty little Mondays. All those
Yeah. Not
and
the
I really didn't think about it at that moment how it was more than just playing a game. These were things that I could take in life, and this is how I apply it to I want to own my own business. Well, this is a certain level of mental stamina that I need to give this certain thing, right? And so I'm appreciative. I talk to Coach Blocks, I still talk to all those coaches still because I'm just so appreciative now looking back. And as a college student looking back, wow, they were really just giving me gems. Even if it was in a painful way, they were still gems. And I'm just thankful for them. I'm thankful for that coaching staff, like I said. And they know I'm appreciative of them. So let's go ahead and get into this next question. And this is a question that all high school, seniors or high schoolers that look and say, I want to play in the big leagues. I want to play in college. So Christian, I need you to give me a quick rundown. First explain a little bit about your recruiting, then explain a little bit about that D1 lifestyle.
Okay. Recruiting process is tough. It's really tough, I don't know if everybody tells you that, you know what I'm saying? Like, with as much lights and attention that you get, there's also so many tough decisions that you have to make because you're making a decision that's going to affect the rest of your life. Like, not just the next 4 years, but the rest of your life. And man, sometimes it can be scary. It can be tough because you're just thinking like, wow, man, like, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's selling me a car and they all look good. So which one do I buy? And you just got to go with your heart. I mean, I prayed on it. A lot, man. And I just had to listen to the coaches. I brought my family. I'm a family oriented person, so I had to bring my moms around, see how she feels it. So if moms don't feel it, then I can't feel it, And I feel like she steered me the right way. Obviously you have to make that decision for yourself at the same time, but it never hurts to have an outside perspective, and just like see what they see, because like I said, there's a lot of lights that can blind you. It can blind you from the truth. So you just have to pray. You have to think. You have to disassociate the lights from the actual university and think about what you want out of life and what you want out of a coach as well. Because I don't think people realize how much your position coach is going to be around you. My position coach at Duke, Coach Albert, man, I love that dude, man. He's like a shoot, like another father, like an uncle or something, like him and Coach Vader, man. I love those dudes, man. And I'm around them 24/7, so you have to be able to be to love your coach, because you're going to be around him all the time. He's going to be texting you all the time. You guys are going to train you. He's going to build you up for the next 4 to 5 years, and that's the person who I'm looking at to make me better, so you have to have a good relationship with him, and just trust in your decisions as well. Like, don't have any regrets, like, we only live once, so wherever you go, don't think twice about it, just try to make the best out of your situation and just go 100% every day, But yeah, that's just a recruiting process. Now the D1 life, hey, what was Coach Block's famous quote? Everybody want to go D1 until they go D1, you know. And let me tell you, you gotta love it because D1 football is not for everybody, man. It's not for everybody. I don't even know. All right. It's fun. It's fun. Don't let me take that away from it. You know, it's definitely fun. The traveling. I never rode a plane before I went to D1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative of the experiences that I've been able to have through it. I've only been to like 2-3 states outside of North Carolina before D1 football, and now I've seen a bunch of other places, and it's just a rush. You know, I'm sad last year we couldn't have fans, but this year we will, and we will be whooping on people. That's besides the point. My freshman year, I just remember all those games with the fans, and it was just thousands, man. There's thousands, and it's just so electric, and the competition is just so fun. It's just, and you're playing with the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? So you really just got to go out there with a different attitude on the field to just go get it, you know, because everybody was probably just like you, getting recruited, getting all this hype, you know what I'm saying? But once you put on those college stickers, all that, and you step on that field, all that hype steps away because your ability has nothing to do with your hype. Trust and believe, you know? Like, I've seen one of my boys that do, his name's Michael Larver, he's a walk-on, and that man is one of the hardest working people I know, man. Like, he's one of the strongest lifters we got, and he's one of the most reliable pass rushers we got. You know what I'm saying? So just don't think, like, just because you had hype in high school, that it's going to carry on to college, you know, because everybody just like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you just have to disassociate yourself with them through your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go get it. When I came into college, I had a knee injury. And the next year, actually, like the month of, I had another knee injury to my left knee, which it kind of messed with me. And a big thing of college football that needs to be approached more is, like we were talking about a little bit earlier, the mental strength aspect. You have to be mentally strong. You have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like if you're not, it can get to you. It got to me a little bit. I'm not afraid to say it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody makes mistakes. And I was just nervous, man. I was nervous to lose. I was like, man, my legs just won't mess with me, man. I'm not gonna make it, this and the third. But then I just prayed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just prayed. I just worked my butt off, man, because I was like, F it, you know, like, this is my life, this is my career, and I want it. I said I want it. I said I love it. I looked at my mom in the face and said, I'm gonna retire. I want to retire you. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go get it. And through that, you know, and trusting in the process and trusting in Coach Albert, I feel like I've taken multiple strides, a lot of strides. You know what I'm saying? Spring ball for me was really good. Spring game, I had about 2 or 3 sacks. You know, I felt really good out there. You know, but this is what I was getting at. Also, the academics aspect of D1 is not a joke. I mean, I am at Duke, and no, it is not sweet just because I'm an athlete. Like, I don't know if people think that I just walk into the class like, hi, I'm a football player. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the A. Like, no, it's not happening like that, sir. You're gonna do the work too. You know. Yeah, so time management is also I don't even know how to tell you how important time management is in college, you know, because you got to be able to manage your schoolwork, you got to be managing football and your training and getting better. You got to manage your if you want to get into other organizations, you got to manage that too. You got to manage your social life. You got to manage calling your mama. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of things to be cognizant of when you're playing college football, but it's fun. And all you got to do is just invest in it, man. It's going to be tough at times. you know how many times I woke up at 5 in the morning and just looked at the clock like, what am I doing? It's like, why am I here? You know, but you just gotta love it. You just gotta love the experience. You gotta take it for what it is, and you just gotta invest yourself.
Yeah. Guys, all the listeners, if you heard, the reoccurring theme is you gotta love it. I don't know how many times Christian said it today, but he said it so many times because it's important. If you want to play at that next level, you got to love it. High school, middle school, you can get by. Oh, I'm just doing it because I'm just trying it out, or because I like it. High school, I can get by just liking it. But once you get to the college level, from all the athletes that I've interviewed, Kristen E. Barnes, the track and field athlete at Alabama, she said you got to love it because she said it's just so much that you have to do. You have to invest your time, everything into it. So she said you got to love it. Zion Rogers at Central, he said you got to love it. And he's a freshman, so he's getting just into the things. And he said you got to love it. Christian Rorie, he says you got to love it. So I don't know how many more D1 athletes I got to bring up here to keep on saying that you got to love it. So make sure all, high school athletes that you're looking to say, oh, I want to play the next level, make sure it's something that that you truly want to do and that you are willing to invest your love, time, effort, mentality, all that type of stuff in. And that's just important. That's in anything that you do. For me transitioning from football to business, I invest. If anybody knows, I invest everything that I have into my business, everything. Because I'm not willing to say, next year, dang, I wish I gave more. I wish I could have done that better. I could have, took a little extra time out of my day. I'm willing to put as much effort and time possible to make my dream or my purpose be fulfilled. And so that's why I like the parallel between sports and life, because they go together. So yeah. That's great. So now I'm gonna get into my final question, something that's very important. We've talked a little bit about it personally, and it's about community service. And I think that's one of the most important things. You got sports, you got academics, but what are you doing to empower the others around you, right? And so I know that you're well off. Immersed in the community, whether that be in Durham or back in Raleigh. So I just want you just to explain to the viewers a little bit about how you do your community service and how you give back.
Definitely. I have taken the time to join a couple of organizations on campus. And I'm very, very proud to be a part of those organizations, more than I think people will ever know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more to me, especially represented as a Black athlete at Duke. You know what I'm saying? So I keep saying that. But yeah, I love being a part of them. I love getting back to my community. I love getting back to the Black community. I love mentoring, and we got a lot of things coming. Last year I was on the BSA's programming committee, which was helping create events for campus through the BSA, and that was just a pretty fun experience, just working along with other group members to get stuff done, get things done for those events. And that was just an eye-opening experience, just being behind the scenes, working with that. That was probably my first org that I joined. And then I joined the 100 Black Men Collegiate 100. And that is a campus that is an organization that just got started on Duke's campus. And I started off as the secretary for the organization. And starting an organization is no joke. It is no joke. There's a lot of things that you got to get done. There's a lot of things that you just have to be aware of, just starting up, and how you want to come off to the campus with your first couple of events. So I started off as a secretary, but I jumped to the position of vice president. So I am now the vice president of the Collegiate 100 chapter at Duke, which I am very proud of. I try to do my best at that position because I feel like I'm showing other people that you can do anything you want to. You just got to do it. You know, like you just can't think about it. You can't compare your potential to others people's experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like, well, I mean, I know this dude from way back when. He was hard. He was just like you, but he couldn't do all that. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think you can either. But you can't have that mentality. You know, it's just like with Coach Block. You don't know your potential until you just keep going and you do it. You know, so I was in 2 organizations while playing football. And that is not easy, but it was manageable, you know. So I got that done. We do a lot for the community. We're going to do a lot for the community. We had one event this past, I want to say April. We went out. We had one event so far, just going out into the community and working with food and just packing. Like I remember we was just packing potatoes, you know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. All you have to do is just be smart about your time management, you know? Because a lot of people, and that goes back to one of the biggest things about college is just maximizing your time as well. You know, like there's so much time within a day and you have to be able to use it well, you know, because there's one thing to plan everything out and have like 6 hours to go watch TV. Like, no, like, why don't you take 2 hours off, go watch a podcast, go educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just little stuff like that. Or just go invest your time into your community, you know? So that was a really fun experience. I've done a lot of things with the community in Durham. I remember going to the food pantry. This was pre-pandemic, which was really fun, to be honest, at the food pantry. So it was like putting together carts for people and then like bringing out the carts to their cars and put it in their cars. So it was great to make relationships with those people. And it was great to see their smiles, you know, just giving back. I traveled to Savannah this past December and I worked with a couple of organizations down there to help the Senate runoff, which was like one of the Senate races going on in Georgia, which was really important. So we was just going out into community, carrying ballots, trying to get people to vote, educating them and motivating them to get out and go vote on the Senate race. And that was probably one of my favorite experiences, giving back to the community, because I was able to make those connections so genuinely. We were able to make those connections so genuinely. I went out there with a couple of my boys and my mentor as well. And it was just so fun, you know, and just talking to people that you do not know, creating a genuine experience, you know what I'm saying? Just being real with them, you know what I'm saying? And it's my people, it's our people, you know? So that's the best thing about it, is just being able to help our people and just talk to them, educate them. You know, you don't have to get anything out of it, but those experiences and those conversations, that knowledge will forever live on me, you know? And I'm going to be forever grateful for all those talks that I had with them, you know, because it's just stuff that you can't put a price on, you know? You can't put a price on that. And there's just so much knowledge to be taken from every experience. You just have to be willing to find it, you know? And there was just so many people that we talked to, so much knowledge learned, so many genuine connections made. Like, I'm talking about people crying type stuff. Like, I'm talking about one of my boys down there, he gave the shirt off his back to a homeless person who's just walking around naked, you know? He gave a shirt off his back to that person, you know? And it was just a lot down there, and it was just really fun. It was really touching. It was touching my heart, man, touching my soul, just looking out into the community and just seeing how much of an impact we can make as long as we just like, oh, you really just have to put your mind to it. And I know that sounds corny. I know that's like some Nickelodeon fact of the day. If you want to do it, put your mind to it. Like, yeah, like, but it's real. It's real. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You just have to you just have to act within that pursuit. And if you act within that pursuit, 100 of your effort, I promise you're most likely going to get it. Like we said, we was gonna have the community, and we just did it, and we just acted within that, and that's really all you need to do, you know.
Yeah, that is so powerful, and I'm glad that you touched on that. You expanded so much on that because I think oftentimes people correlate, helping others with, oh, that's challenging, or it's going to take too much, it's going to cost too much. When we should never, complicate helping people or making a difference. That's one thing that I feel like that's a misconstrued point within every community and within society now, that overcomplicate helping and making a difference. When it should never. When we see a problem, what is stopping us? What is making us pause from helping or giving a helping hand? For me personally, I know that me just seeing a smile on somebody's face or having those good conversations, that's fulfilling. I don't need to ask for a dime. I don't need to ask for any money. I don't need to ask for any investment back into me. But I know if I pour out to someone else, I know that just fulfills. It makes me feel good when I can help someone else. Like when I hear people giving me feedback, oh, this podcast, man, it makes me laugh. It makes me think. It makes me do all this. That's fulfilling to me because now I know that what I'm doing is making a difference. I'm not overcomplicating it. I'm not saying, oh, well, man, Dan, you don't got enough time today to do a video. No, you make time. You make the time to make the difference. And I think that's something that we need in every community. So, Christian Rorie, man, you're my dog, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Already.
Man, I appreciate you, everything that you poured into me when I was beside you on the defensive line, in the school building, wherever, even now with some of the projects that we're going to come up with in the future that we're going to do.
I already know.
And I appreciate you, my dog. I appreciate you.
Most definitely. We're going to do big for the community, man. We're going to get back. We're going to get right.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, thank you again. Well, guys, if you saw that episode, that was an amazing episode. I'm thankful for my guy to come in to come on to this episode. Like I said, he's been my dog ever since high school. He's poured into me. He's helped me. He's made me a better football player, a better man. So I appreciate Christian Rorie helping me out on that. And guys, I want to speak a little bit about my scholarship. So I have an Hbcu Scholarship open right now. All my details are on my website at www.findourme.com. www.findourme.com. So, like always, remember, have a me day, stay motivated, and stay empowered.